So today I am going to be adding even more flowers to my flower cart because I had in my head this idea that I wanted to add some sort of like chandelier hanging from the roof of the flower cart. Now I've always loved flower baskets, I think because growing up we had this like overhang to the front walk of our house and there were just flower baskets hanging in each of the openings. So I've always loved them, but there's nowhere here that I can hang a flower basket. So there's no like roof on the deck or anything, which I am beginning to regret in the summer heat. So I've never really had a flower basket until I realized I can hang one from the top of the flower cart. So on Amazon, this is what I have. It actually came in a pack of 2, and I might have to use 2 if I can't fit all the flowers in just one. But not only did it just come with this basket with the S-hook here, it did also come with mounts. So if I wanted to, I could drill this in, maybe not this wall because of the siding on it, but I could drill it into a wall, maybe inside too. I have lots of ideas, and then hang it on there. So I'm definitely using this for the flower cart this year. The second one, if I don't end up putting flowers in it for outside, I think it'd be really cool to kind of make a sort of chandelier in the ceiling that's kind of vaulted. So I think that would look really cool, like a chandelier of houseplants. Might need a bigger basket than that. Speaking of basket size, what I did that I should not have done is I got the flowers first before the basket arrived. And I think I may have too many flowers that can fit in this basket. I think the basket is about 9 inches wide, so it has this liner here, and then there's actually a plastic piece, I assume, to make sure that all of the water doesn't drain out immediately when you water it. I don't think it's really large enough with the fibers here for the soil to fall out, but I think watering did fall out pretty quickly. So I assume that's why the plastic liner's in there. The plastic liner does have a drainage hole as well. So here's what I picked up. I got, as what I thought would be a nice centerpiece, this spider plant here. So I really liked that it had the variegation of white on the leaves of the spider plant, and the plants that are currently on the cart now, which I'll show you in a little bit, I have basically a mixture of purple, yellow, and white. And most of it is like purpley fuchsia, so that's why I wanted to add white and yellow to the chandelier. So my thought is this for the centerpiece. Then I got 3 of the Super Bells. So this one is, what is this one called? Super Bells Over Easy. And I love how it's mostly white with the yellow in the center of the flower, which pairs nicely with the other 2 I got. These are Super Bells Yellow. Probably should have remembered what that name was. So I got 2 of the Super Bells Yellow. Now my overall concept was these in the back of the pot, because you're only seeing the pot from one direction, and then this in the front of the pot with this sticking up in the center, which I love. I just don't know if it'll fit. So let me take you up close to the basket and we'll see if I can fit all of these or if I'm going to have to adjust my plans a little bit. So here's the basket, and this chain here does come off if you wanted to, so you could just unhook it on these 3 sides, making planting maybe a little bit easier, but what I'm going to do is just move the chains all to the side. Okay, so these 3, and then this in the middle. Will it fit? I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to put soil in here and then play around with it a bit. I made it fit. So here is what it looks like. Now, are any of these spaced as recommended? Absolutely not. In fact, the Super Bells, it says you should space them 8 to 12 inches. Again, the entire container itself is 9 inches diameter. The spider plant is spaced 24 inches. But because, well, two things. One, I want to shove as many plants in here as possible just for the look of it. And two, I don't really need them to get to their full growth or their full height, full size, because the space I'm putting it in, it'll work better if it stays a little bit smaller. So for me, overcrowding them is going to work just fine for what I want to do. These at their full height, I think, what does it say here, are 6 to 12 inches, and then the spider plant is 12 to 24. So the spider plant, even if they won't reach their full height, should be about twice as tall as the other plants, which will start trailing down at the edges. My kind of long-term plan after the season would be to keep the spider plant, move it inside as a house plant, obviously getting rid of the Super Bells, maybe even leaving this in this basket, the spider plant, but we'll kind of see how it goes. I think that would be cool to have a hanging basket with the spider plant inside, and then as it starts to create more of the plants trailing down, I think that'd be a really fun look. So I'm really excited about how this turned out. I did add in biotone, so I basically put all the plants in there. The spider plant had a really robust root system. The Super Bells luckily did not. So for some of them, even when I took it out of the container, about half, the lower half of the dirt just fell off because there wasn't really roots in there, which fit perfectly for the container itself. So let's go hang this in the flower cart. So the sun's a little harsh right now, and there is yard work being done down on the street. So I'm probably going to come back this evening and show you some shots just so that it's not quite as harsh and you can see it a little bit better, but I am absolutely in love with this. The sun is still shining, but it's gone down a little bit, so I think you can see the details a little bit more. So as you can see here, my thinking was purple, well, fuchsia-ish purple color flowers, a fuchsia colored coleus in a yellow pot, yellow flowers, white flowers, and that's why I thought yellow and white flowers would look good in the basket. I also added a little crystal in the middle because somebody left a comment on the other video where I was, I think, just putting the flowers on the cart and recommended hanging a crystal from it, and I thought, I have one in the house, that would be a perfect idea. So now, it's a little late now, but in the afternoon, the sun will shine through that and cast rainbows all around. So now let me back up. I'll give you a better view of the cart. So that's going to be everything for today. I am really happy with how that turned out. I kind of get like that feeling when you find the missing piece of something you didn't know you were missing. That's kind of feeling I have with that chandelier. So I'm probably going to use the other one for indoors, so that'll be something to keep me busy through the winter. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.